I'd like to talk briefly about the new duplication model, which is very simple. And you've heard people talk about it this week and even in the past. I mean, this is the most simple way to build executives, and not just build executives. The way to maximize the compensation plan is to build executives, get yourself to executive, and build executives. The way to get on these trips is to get yourself to Ruby and help other people get to Ruby. And then after you get to Ruby, obviously Emerald, Diamond, Blue Diamond, and Team Elite. But to get yourself to Ruby and help others get to Ruby. Now, what's the easiest way to make that happen? First, you got to get to executive, right? But if you get to executive by helping 4 other people get started in the business, then you've found your 4 people that you're going to help get to executive. That's going to help you get to Ruby. So find 4 people, makes you executive, help them find their 4 people, makes them executive, that makes you a Ruby executive. Then we help them do the same thing, help them find their 4 people, get them to executive, that makes them each Ruby executive. And we're just duplicating a Ruby model. Find 4, help them find 4. Now, let's talk briefly about what it takes to get to executive, and this will be the deepest compensation definition for today. But you need to understand this. You need to be clear on what it takes to get to executive and the intricacies of it, because in general you get to executive after you've created 4,500 points of volume. And if I'm talking to someone new and maybe they're not even in the business yet, I'm talking to them about you got to get to executive because that's where you get paid at a higher level. As a distributor, you get paid 5% of your first level on wholesale volume. As an executive, you get paid that same 5% of your first level, plus 9 to 25% on all your depth. And so, we want to make sure they understand that, the importance of getting to executive, and the fact that, the real pay with a new skin starts at that executive level. So, how do you get to executive? The way I explain it is, you have to create 4,500 points in volume. Now, a point is close to $1. It's not quite exactly to $1, but it's close. But a point of volume, of group volume, is what you have to create 4,500 of these to get yourself to executive. Now, the normal process to do that is a 3-month process. And so you have to have your own personal volume every month. That has to be at least 100 points, and that needs to be on an auto delivery order. Now, in our duplication model, we recommend that you have at least 200 points of volume. I think that's required to be a product of the product. So we recommend that you have at least 200 points, but the minimum is 100 points, and we show them that in the definition. Then, in your first month of qualification to become an executive, you need to have at least 1,000 points of group volume, which group volume includes your personal volume, any additional distributors that you may have in your group signed up, and any customers that you have. That makes up your group volume. And so we need to have 1,000 points in our first month, 1,500 points in our second month, and 2,000 points in our third month of qualification. So the normal qualification period to become an executive is 3 months. Now, you don't have to wait 3 months. If someone creates 4,500 points of group volume in a single month, like between now and the end of January, then that person becomes executive starting February 1st. You don't have to wait the 3 months, and you can do it in 2 months as well. If someone were to create, let's say, $2,200 in group volume this month with the Age Lock Pearls, let's say, then next month in February, as soon as they create 2,300 points in volume in February, then that's going to get them over the 4,500 point requirement that they have, and they're going to start as executives starting March 1st. Now, they're not going to get paid as executive in February. It doesn't happen as soon as you hit that 4,500. You have to wait till the next calendar month. So there's incentive at the end of every month to get to executive if possible, so you can start getting paid as executive in the next month. We've seen checks for the same exact volume, the same exact work, go up 3 or 4 times if you're an executive, depending on how deep your organization is, go up 3 or 4 times because you're executive versus you're still in qualification. So you want to get there as fast as you can. And again, the simple way to look at it is 4,500 points of volume You can take up to 1, 2, or 3 months to make that happen. If you take the 3 months, it's going to be 1,000 points in the first month, 1,500 in the second, and 2,000 in the third. Your month that you qualify as executive, you always have to have at least 2,000 points. So even if you do 4,000 points this month as your first month of qualification, it's not that you only have to do 500 next month to get to your 4,500. You have to do at least 2,000 points in the month you qualify for. So that's a little tidbit to keep in mind, that you could qualify with maybe an extra 500 points this month versus having to generate the extra 2,000 next month. So that's how you become executive. Now, as you're going out and talking with people and sharing the Nu Skin story, you're going to find people who want to be customers and buy just one of the kits. You're going to find people who want to be casual distributors and maybe buy 1 or 2 of the starter kits. And you're going to find people that want to be business builders, and they're going to buy 3 of those kits and get 1 for free. Those kits retail for $450, and the wholesale is $360. Now, the duplication model, the Ruby duplication model, has 2 steps to it. Okay, the first step and the second step, they're both very simple to understand. And we'll go through some of the detail here, but as I said, it's find 4 and help them find 4. It's basically both steps put together. In the first step, we're going to, if we're looking at ourselves just starting in the business ourselves, we're going to buy our 3 kits. We're going to sign up ourselves as a business builder, buy our 3 kits so we can get 1 kit free. Then we're going to start using the product. We're going to start sharing the story with people. We're going to find customers, casual distributors, and at least 4 business builders. We're looking for 4 key business builders that we're going to help and focus on and help them get to executive. Now, when I find my 4 business builders, and I've bought my 3 starter kits as well, that generates over 5,000 points of volume, and so I'm an executive starting the first day of the next month. So you can see how it can go pretty quick. People can think of the 4,500 points and think, wow, that's a lot. Or they can think, well, I just buy my 3 kits and I find 4 of the people who get this deal and what's going on in the company, that grew by $400 million in revenue last year and is going to grow by $1 billion in revenue this year, and tell the whole Nu Skin story. I find 4 of the people who get that, get them to buy their 3 kits. I'm an executive. Now, if you do that, exactly what I've just outlined, not only are you going to be executive, but you're going to make enough money to get all your money back that you paid for your starter kits, plus you're going to have a net income of $445. Okay, so that will be step 1. Now, we say step 1 because, you can take 3 months to do step 1. You can become an executive in 3 months. So maybe you find 1 person in the first month, or even just sign up yourself in the first month, find 1 or 2 people in the second month, and the other 2 people to make your total of 4 in the third month. And step 1 can take you 3 months. Or step 1 can take you 1 or 2 months. Right now, we want to be running as fast as we can, especially with the Bermuda trip qualification. We want to get to Ruby as quick as we can. So, if I'm starting out brand new right now, my goal is to find 4 people who get this by the end of the month and get my business builder kit, help them get their business builder kits. That gets me over 5,000 points, and I'm now an executive going into February. That's step 1. Step 2 is even more simple. I'm going to maintain my active status with a 200-point ADR. Now, again, the minimum is 100 points, but you can't really be a product of the product. You can't really, be focused the way you need to be on the product and the business with a 100-point ADR. Additionally, whatever you do is going to duplicate through your organization. So if people see you only have a 100-point ADR, that's what your organization is going to do as well. So we teach a 200-point ADR for everyone who came into the business last month or during the first step, you and your 4 qualifying executives. Then our goal is to help those 4 qualifying executives find their 4 business builders, which is going to give them the remaining volume that they need to get to that executive level. So help them find their 4 business builders. Each of those business builders, 16 in total, 4 under each leg, and to buy their 3 kits, buy 3, get 1 free. That's going to create a bunch of volume for you because you're the executive, and so your commission this month is going to go up tremendously. You're going to make over $2,000 in commission, plus you're going to be able to participate in that wealth maximizer which is going to add another 5% to your overall commission, and you're going to receive over $3,000 in commission if you do exactly what I've just outlined there. It's a function of the volume that is created in your circle group and the percentages that you get paid on the executive bonus and the wealth maximizer. So, if you put that with what you earned in the first month, if you're doing this in 2 months, or if you're doing it over a longer period, you'll make the same type of money. It'll just be over a longer period of time. But, you find 4, help them find 4, and you're going to make between $4,000 and $5,000, get to the Ruby executive level, and earn your way to the Bermuda trip. And the best model and duplication that you can provide for your team members by qualifying and attending that trip. You may also have people that see that and say, okay, you did that, I'm going to do that as well. And you may get other people on that Bermuda trip or certainly on the following trip. So that's the duplication model, and that's what everyone's going to be talking about. You heard it earlier this week on some calls, find 4, help them find 4. Find 4, help them find 4. That's what you need to do. Now, we're obviously going to have customers and casual distributors as well, and we'll work with everyone at whatever level they engage. But the focus is find 4, help them find 4, get yourself to executive, get yourself to Ruby, and then help other people do the same thing. That's the real duplication model there. Now, we're running out of time here. I just want to finish up with saying that, I hope you can see how all these things go together. For me, it's just like a light bulb totally went off. We've got this 6-month cycle with those 4 things that are happening every 6 months: the executive or the success trip qualification, the actual success trip, the LTO purchase opportunity, and a corporate event that we will all attend. And people get in the business brand new. When you lay it out that way, it's a great thing for them because they say, wow, these guys really got structure, and I just got to plug in with that and focus every 6 months. And what the company, a term the company used that I really liked this past weekend was opportunity renewal. That opportunity renews every 6 months. There's another opportunity for everyone to qualify for the success trip. There's another opportunity for everyone to grow their executive count and position for the limited time offer. There's another opportunity every 6 months, and this all goes together. Lastly, I would encourage everyone to focus on the Bermuda trip. We've got 10 weeks left. Really draw it out. Map out what you need to do on that Bermuda trip, what your frontline executive count needs to be to get you to the proper PIN title. You have to do that by the end of March. You could see that if a brand new person was coming in right now, we could show them that, hey, you got to buy your 3 kits to get you started and get you to LOI, then we got to find your 4 people. And I would encourage them to draw that out and start filling in the names as they find people. If they don't have the people yet, that's okay. Show the people you're talking with that you've got 4 spots that you're going to work with and help you, and just be totally focused on that. The people who take advantage of these trips, I've got one of our executives in Colombia who said that they are going to, in the next 10 years, they're going to go on 20 vacations, 2 a year, paid for by Nu Skin. And I believe it. They were at the montage and they were at the cruise, and I know they're going to be in Bermuda as well. So, that should be the goal for everyone. How about every 6 months you work like crazy, and then every 6 months Nu Skin takes you and your team and family members on a trip with you. So that's the message for today. Hopefully it was good for everyone. Duplication is the key to this business. Understand the overall duplication process with the rhythm of the business, this 6-month cycle. Understand the detailed Ruby duplication model, which is, get involved, find your 4 people, help them find 4 people, get you to Ruby, and then help them, the next step, get them to Ruby as well. Attend these trips and raise your executive count to position for the LTOs. Thanks, everyone, for participating today. I'm going to take this off mute. And again, this is Leif Edmonds signing off from my home in Mapleton, Utah. Thanks. Bye.